Hiya Capricorn, this is Mimi with Divination by Mimi. Welcome to your April 2018 tarot reading. I am using the Tarot Apocalypsis, and this will be a 4-card pull based upon some situation in your life, some energy that you're dealing with, or some situation with yourself, with a friend, and then a positive aspect to that, a negative aspect, and then any overall advice that Spirit chooses to relay. Yeah, let's get started. For our Capricorn, Cardinal, Earth signs, rulers of the 10th house, which tends to be about career and reputation out in the world. Our goats, earthy, cardinal, initiating energy. Capricorn for April 2018. What's going on with Capricorn? April of 2018. Holy Hecate. What situation is Capricorn sitting in the month of April 2018, and what guidance can be provided for that energy? What's something that Capricorn is ruminating on for April 2008? Thank you. Two of Swords in reverse, refusing to make a choice. Six of Swords, positive aspect is looks like you're ready to move on from something. Both swords, mental energy. Negative aspect, Temperance in reverse. This is pretty typical of when Capricorn is not feeling their best. They don't take care of themselves. They get depressed. Sometimes they overindulge. And then the overall advice is the Eight of Swords in the upright. So right now you're in a situation where either you or someone very close to you is refusing to make a choice. Two of Swords is about, oh, there we go. Two of Swords, mental energy, is literally about weighing your options and employing not only the right brain, the left brain, but the right brain, the intuition as well as the logic, to come to a conclusion so that you can make the right choice. The positive aspect on this is that you are ready to move on from whatever this choice is. If it's personal, like a relationship, a friendship, something you're walking away from, or you're deciding to take an action on, the energy around you that's positive is that you are indeed ready to move away from whatever this is, to take what you've learned from whatever this situation is and move on to better things. But I think what's stopping you right now is a lack of balance. Okay, so Temperance in the upright indicates just that, temperance, balance. Are you mixing seas, mixing different concoctions together to ultimately to turn base metals into gold, or to move from base emotions into enlightened emotions, just as a metaphor. But in reverse, you're not employing these tactics, and very often when Temperance is in reverse, and again, I'll bring this up, I'm Capricorn as well. With Capricorn, it can mean that there's a lack of health and there's a lack of self-care. So again, this could be depression and this could be overindulgence. And the overall advice here is the Eight of Swords, which again is more mental energy. Yeah, the majority of the cards here are all mental energy. Eight of Swords is being imprisoned, really, by your own thoughts. You're at a stalemate. You're at an 8, which is kind of like a landing on, or a that's a good way to put an 8. What is an 8? It's a steady spot where one could move, and there's momentum to move. But in this case, with Swords, there's mental energy holding you back. So again, ready to move. Positive aspect. You've made that decision. You're ready to move. But you haven't, I guess, made the choice on how, or whatever lifestyle that the depression of this and this, okay, has brought into the mental part of you, it is starting to take its toll on the physical part of you. This, again, could be a lack of self-care, lack of good nutrition, overindulgence in food, drink, drugs, sex, all those things that are great fun, but they have to be, you know, in portions. You're not living from a balanced or tempered perspective in your life right now, which is keeping you from logically and rationally employing both hemispheres of the brain to make this decision. Although you're ready, you got to make the decision and take the action. So what you're being advised here with the Eight of Swords is to get out of, the way to get out of this physical rut that you're in, this rut that's manifested itself in overindulgence or lack of care for the self and the body, is a result of depression. It's a result of mental energy. So instead of focusing on this and the results of that, focus on this. And once you get through, once you get out of bondage of these, get out of your own way, ultimately. And when I say your own way, I mean the things that are blocking you are your thinking. It's the way that you're thinking of things. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. Saturn is kind of like the mean father, the one that never lets you go out or do anything, right? You know, you're grounded like all the time for the rest of your life. And Capricorn, being ruled by Saturn, has a tendency to employ that restrictive energy in their lives of the three-dimensional world. And sometimes sometimes that's good because it's reasonable. We live in a three-dimensional world, so we have to kind of abide by its rules. However, that can also be very oppressive, and it can be very restricting and unnecessarily so, and to your detriment. So to take care of this, get out of this. Take a look at why you're thinking this way. Is it rational to think this way? Okay. And then this will allow you to free up that space in your head where you're employing both hemispheres of the brain to make the right decision so that you can move on and start operating from a healthy place again, physically, mentally, and spiritually. All right, Capricorn, I hope that helped. If you have questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below the video. If you would like a personal reading, please email me at mememes@hotmail.com. You will find that email address in the description box below the video. You will also find a link to my Facebook page there and my website and everything. But the Facebook page has the April sale information, which is basically half off the one-question readings and then $10 off the half-hour and hour-long readings. And you can either do the math yourself by looking at my pricing in the description box below or going to the Facebook page. And I would love it if you did that because we can stay connected on other platforms. If you haven't subscribed, I would also love it if you did that. That way we can keep connected as well. And you can get your readings for next month, any updates on astrological events or lunations of import that I do readings for. You'll be able to see those and see how they might affect you. Elsewise, if I don't hear from you through the comments section or through email or through a reading, then I will see you next month for the May 2018 tarot readings. You take care, Capricorn.